Welcome to the second lesson on clothing, the part 2. In the previous lesson, we talked a bit about terms for the traditional Hmong outfit. In this lesson, we'll go over ways to refer to more modern pieces of clothing or Western pieces of clothing. And also we'll go over some adjectives or descriptive words such as tight-fitting or loose, etc. So let's get right into it. The first word is for shorts. Now, shorts are just called short pants in Hmong. So for that reason, we call them ndluag, classifier lu, and that was in White Hmong, and in Green Hmong, bai, same classifier lu. Next is underwear, a term that was a little bit difficult to find a common phrase for. Some places that I researched called it khaub, classifier lu. Others say khaub, or also ndluag, the same word for shorts. A bag, and this term refers to any type of bag. It could be a grocery bag. It doesn't have to be like you see in the picture there, like a handbag. Just any type of general bag is hnab, classifier lu in White Hmong, and then in Green Hmong, nang, classifier lu. Now specifically a purse or a handbag, the term that's used is lu na tong bua, in White Hmong, and lu nang tong bua in Green Hmong. When talking about a hat, there's only really one word, and it can refer to the traditional Hmong hat, or it can refer to the modern hat. So here we have lu gao ma, or you could just say lu ma. But you can use the same word for a ball cap, for example, lu gao ma or lu ma. The Hmong language doesn't have dedicated words for some items that are less common to the Hmong culture. So taking, for example, a crown, what they say is a hat, and they add a descriptive word after it. So in this case, they say hat of a king. And there's two different words for a king. So I've included all of the examples in both white and green. So the first way to say hat of a king or a crown is lu gao ma hua tai. Lu gao ma hua tai. Or lu gao ma van zu. Lu gao ma van zu. In Green Hmong, lu ma van zu. Lu ma van zu. Or lu ma phua tai. Lu ma phua tai. In the previous video, we already mentioned that puab refers to a towel or scarf-like piece of fabric. But to be more specific in referring to a scarf, as in a winter scarf one wears around one's neck, you could say tsho puab gao jia da, tsho puab gao jia da in White Hmong, or tsu puab gao jiang dlang, tsu puab gao jiang dlang. And that translates literally to a piece of fabric, again, that looks like a towel or scarf, which wraps around the neck. We know the word for a shirt or a vest is lu tsho, but the word for a jacket, specifically a rain jacket, you could say in White Hmong, lu tsho di na. Lu tsho di na. And in Green Hmong, lu cho di nang. Lu cho di nang. And again, that would be a rain jacket as compared to a thicker jacket, like a winter jacket that protects from the cold. Both White and Green would say, lu cho di no. Lu cho di no. And that translates literally to a vest or a jacket that protects from the cold, whereas the previous one protected from rain. For just a belt one would wear with pants, you could say in White Hmong, tsho, tsho. We use the same word in Green Hmong, only the classifier is adjusted for Green Hmong, so it would be tsu shi. For gloves, we essentially say a bag that is placed over the hands is the literal translation. However, it is common to use this term for gloves, and the classifier refers to a pair. So in White Hmong, we would say nga na long day. Nga na long day. And in Green Hmong, nga nang long day. Nga nang long day. For a pair of shoes, one way to say it is nkawm. Another way to say it is txhais. Same for both in White and Green. However, if you just wanted to say a single shoe, you say essentially one side of a shoe, which literally doesn't mean one side of a shoe, it means a single shoe. You could say in White Hmong, khau. And in Green Hmong, khau. Now we'll talk about some items that refer to clothing. There are a few different ways to say a clothes hanger. This is one of the ways. You could say tu khua di tsho. In White Hmong, or in Green Hmong, tu khua di tsho. For a sewing machine, you essentially say a machine which sews clothing. In White Hmong, it is lu chua sao khau jiao. Lu chua sao khau jiao. And in Green Hmong, lu chua sao khau dlua. Lu chua sao khau dlua. Now we'll get into some of the action words, which are verbs, or the description words, which are adjectives. The first one is the act of drying clothes, and that is jia khau jiao. Jia khau jiao in White Hmong. And in Green Hmong, ja khau dlua. Ja khau dlua. That's drying clothes. To say something is baggy, we use the word tong. That's White and Green, and it refers to what you see in the image. Something is baggy, hanging off of the body. Another way to say something similar, which is loose, and this can refer to any number of things, not just including outside of clothing, but for clothes as well. We could say song in White and Green, and that means loose. Now, opposite to that, we could say zhe. And then that means to be tight-fitting, to be tight, the opposite of loose. There's a word that is both an adjective and a noun, so it's a description of your clothes, or it can refer to clothes themselves. You could say, my clothes are this, or I'm wearing this. So that word is, in White Hmong, khau khau hla, and in Green Hmong, khau hlang, khau hlang. That means to be ratty, old, worn out, or shabby. And again, it's both an adjective and a noun. Another way to say something similar, referring to something that's ragged or ripped up and shredded, is in White Hmong, ntuag, ntuag. And in Green Hmong, ndluag, ndluag. To refer to something that is new, especially of clothing, you could say chia in White Hmong, or if you want to emphasize it, you could say chia ki, chia ki. In Green Hmong, we would say cha, or again to emphasize it, cha ki, cha ki. To refer to something that is old, we say khaub, khaub. When we put the word after the thing that we're talking about, so for example, this shirt is lu tsho. When we put the word after it, so lu tsho khaub, it refers to something that is old, as in worn out, or it's been used for a long time. However, the meaning of the word khau changes when we put it before the thing. So if we were to say lu khau tsho, so again, it's before the word tsho, not after. Lu khau tsho, it refers to the former shirt, as in it doesn't necessarily have to be old, but it's something that was used in the past or before, and now you have a different shirt. Well, that covers part 2, all of the vocabulary and some of its usage. If you have any questions or words that I missed, feel free to mention it in the comments section underneath this video, and I'll try to add them. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.